happy day and welcome to Playing with Ruby. I am so pleased that Frederick has reached out to me to ask me about how I created my newsletter through Ruby AI. So I'm going to show him that, but I'm also going to show it to you. So I'm so happy that he reached out because I love knowing like how I can benefit you. So if you are wanting me to show you or demo something for you with Ruby AI, please put a comment and I will show you. So first things first is we want to create a newsletter. Now, if you have a newsletter, then you already know who you're serving and what you usually put in your newsletter. So you wouldn't have to do if certain steps like go to Personify and make sure you have your target set up. You wouldn't need to do that part, like your target person that you're talking to. So I'm going to go past that bit and go straight over to IntelliChat. All right. In IntelliChat, you have several choices of chats that you can use. Now you get to, as you are playing and interacting with them, you figure out the ones that you like the best. And then that becomes your default one. And my default is Gemini Pro. But I also want to make sure I put in my persona. So my persona for a newsletter, and I'm going to just kind of take you all through. One is one for my business, which is Your Goal Concierge. I offer therapeutic COO services for CEOs, and so it's under the persona of Thriving Leader. All right. And then I would choose my voice. The voice is going to be confident, and the tone is going to be aspirational. So I want to send out a newsletter to them. And I really like chat not chat Ruby, when you have this, you have the persona set up, because you can basically, it pulls the pain points from them. All right. So you can build a newsletter from just having the persona in here. So I'm going to put in a prompt. Okay. I'm going to put in a prompt. And this is one of my prompts that I love to use, which is, please help me create a newsletter that addresses a pain point for this persona. And I mean, just that simple. Like, I'm going to leave it just like that and see what we are able to get. So we're going to just let it fire it off and create it. So like you said, my persona is a thriving leader. So right here, it already has pain points. Elevate your leadership and flourish in your personal life. This is going to be perfect for my persona. How do I get my persona? I put my website into Personify and it build one for me. And what the main two pain points is burnout and imposter syndrome, right? Addressing the pain points. It specifically did that. It gave me a newsletter. So now what I do is I take this, right, and I copy it and I go over here and I click it and I put it in editor. I place it in editor. And the reason why is because I need to go through, I need to check, I need to make sure it is exactly what I want. I'm going to take out anything like headline. I'm going to take out all these little, little stars that they have here. And also you probably don't want these headers either. So when you're doing a newsletter, I usually don't put headers in like that unless I want to. Now, addressing, this could be a sub header I will put here. Addressing the pain point. I wouldn't say addressing the pain point in a newsletter. I would just say burnout and imposter syndrome and talk about it. Okay, so then solutions and support. Perfect. It gave me solutions and support for the pain points. This really does help, right? It is a newsletter that's relevant to the people who I am talking to. I probably will definitely use this newsletter. So now that you have your blueprint, and I don't want to hold up there, you will go here and edit. Then once you edit, you're going to copy it, okay? And you're going to you're going to leave that there. You're going to go over here and you'll say, please give me two. Hold on for just a minute. It's kind of going. So give me 2 prompts for images that go along with this newsletter. You know what? We should do 3. We should do 3 because we need one for the very, very top. We need a image somewhere in the middle, like maybe before burnout and imposter syndrome. Then another one, like maybe at the bottom here, enhancing your leadership skills. So, I mean, this newsletter is very robust, actually, thinking about it. So you can split this up into 2, because you can just do this part right here, these 3 points, and then do 3 points in another newsletter, because you don't want a very, very long newsletter either. You want pictures, and you just want bits of information and how you section it off. So I'm going to ask it to give me some prompts for images. So so then it's going to give me prompts right here. Image, a serene landscape with a figure practicing yoga at sunrise. And so, and then text right here, and it gives me this image too. So this is another prompt. What's so great about this is I could just take this right here and go over to I'm going to take this one and go over to my image lab. Okay. So just going right over to my image lab, I'm going to put that prompt in. Usually I do Midjourney, but today let me try out Leonardo. I'm going to try out Leonardo today. So what's so great about Ruby is it has all these different types of image lab AIs. We have Midjourney, Dolly, Dolly 3, and Leonardo. Usually I do Midjourney, but let's try out Leonardo today. So it wants me to tell it what I'm needing. Do I want a dynamic? I'm just going to leave everything as it is already here, and then I'm gonna click generate, and it's going to generate an image for me. So it's loading and it's rolling right now. We're going to get an image, and then then we are going to go over here to the image gallery. While that's loading, I'm going to try that again because something happened here. All right, and we're going to let that load. Okay, it says there was a problem creating your image. I don't know why. So what I'm going to do is, for the sake of time, we got an image. There it is. So here's the image that popped up. Okay. Very good. Like, thinking about it, a serene landscape with a figure practicing yoga at sunrise. I feel like this could be a great banner for the top of the newsletter. And we just get some words in here. Right. And so you can definitely use this. All right. Or, let's see what else we can get. I just know that I like to tell it a little bit more about who I want. So I'm going to say a curvy female figure. And I'm going to say, okay, practicing yoga at sunrise. Let's say serene, and I'm going to say and green landscape. All right, because I want to bring in some more color. All right, so we're going to see what we can get now, because sometimes you just need to maybe make some edits to things for you to get exactly what you want. Now I say I like this one better. I don't know about you, Frederick, but I actually do like this one better. And so I would use this one. But now you have 2 pictures. You can always, and these are your pictures. No one else has these and will have these. It has been created from your prompt. So this can be definitely used. Okay. Now let's go back over to IntelliChat really quick and get our other images. Okay. So what's so great about this is we can toggle from IntelliChat and Personify and all the places over here and go back and forth. So you'll click over here, this button here, okay, because it goes in and out. It's over here on the side. It's like a purplish, pinkish color. And you go right over here and you click on it. And then now I need to get my other image. It says a group of diverse professionals. collaborating on a project with a female executive leading the discussion. Okay. All right. So that's what they put down as the prompt. Let's go back over here to, we want to get our 3 images, right? Okay. So, and this is me playing with Ruby. So now that we already tried Leonardo, let's try Dolly. Let's see what Dolly can do for us. What kind of image we can get and generate with using Dolly. So I'm going to let that be there. But then, so this is, so a lot of my, going back, they said a female because most of my clients are women. All right. So that's the reason why that's there. I think I like diverse professionals. I do like that. I'm glad that they said that. I'm going to make sure that they are very specific race and body shape. Because I don't like, I like people who are, you know, I'm a plus size girly. So I like people, some plus size bodies around in my images that I create. So most of my, I always kind of add that in because that's important to me. Okay. So we're going to see about an image coming. It said it popped up and then let's see, I'm just going to see what we get. Okay, so you see it loading down here at the bottom. And we're going to see what image we get from this. And so this is a whole nother AI, but it's right here in Ruby. A whole other AI that makes images. All right, here comes the images. Here we go. We got images. And this is with Dolly. And so I'm looking at these and I would have to say, it's not, to me, I like this, but these are more like cartoonish people. Plus their faces are not like I would like it to be. So then that's a great practice for us because maybe we want to go back, and since we already started it off with Leonardo, let's go back to Leonardo and see what it can do. Maybe we need to stay consistent with the type of AI we're doing because of because we want it to look, the images to look very similar in our newsletter and not look have some differences. So if you're going to go with images that look more cartoonish, or not cartoonish but not realistic, then or you know, yes, then you would stick with and just do all of your stuff with Dolly. So this just kind of helps you to see what you're able to accomplish with the different AIs, and you know, the look and feel that you like. For me, that wasn't good. That didn't feel good, and I didn't like it. So I'm gonna move on to trying something else. And let me see about this. Okay, so it's going to. I am working on getting an image with. This is with Leonardo. Okay, here we go. It's running. And now we got another photo. And I actually like this one better. But her face is looking a little weird to me. I guess you can minimize this picture. I would say that there is diversity, but not as much diversity as I would like in here. But you know, you can choose more pictures. Now, one thing that I like about Midjourney is Midjourney gives you four images. When this one, Leonardo, only gives you one, and Dolly only gives you one. So I don't like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it again. Now, okay, so this is, I know you don't have to necessarily play with this and keep going with this, but of course, when you're creating a newsletter, you're wanting it to be.
I use Midjourney. I find Midjourney more.
Okay, look at this. Yes, this is much better, much better picture. So now we have that picture. Now, what did you say?
I find Midjourney to be more practical when I'm doing when I want images, because it gives you good images and it gives you more than one. I also do use Midjourney.
Oh yeah. You said you usually like to use Midjourney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I usually use Midjourney as well, but for the sake of doing something a little bit different, is I wanted to try out Leonardo, but you can see that, um, and maybe I will show image that you can get from Midjourney while we're here, so that you can see the difference. I will tell you that it's nice to have all of these here, though, to check to see how it is. So imagine if you only had Leonardo, or if you only had Dolly, and you're getting images, and you're creating, but that's what you're getting. You're getting these types of images, and you're fine with it. But then when you discover that Midjourney can do something else, right? You're like, wow, like what was I missing out on? But you're not missing out on anything if you have Ruby, because Ruby houses it all, houses all three of them for you to play with and look at and see the differences. So here we go. This is what a close-up of a journal with handwritten notes about personal values and goals. So here's what we get from, and we're still messing with Leonardo. It is showing us a journal, but you really can't read what's on there. You do see that it's kind of numbering, but numbering not that great. So let me go ahead and try this again with Leonardo. This is Playing with Ruby, and what's so great about it? Okay, so this is much better. I feel like, this is much better because you can see values up here, and you can see it's a journal. And I like that. You can minimum picture, and it'll work out for your newsletter. So let's move on with these three pictures that we've been able to accomplish. So now, great. You go back over to IntelliChat. Now it's time to go and put all these pieces together. And so usually I do my newsletters on LinkedIn. So I would then go over to my IntelliChat. I will go over to, let's see if my items. So it's still in edit. It's still in our newsletter is still in the editor section. So I was going to take my newsletter, and now it's time to take my newsletter and all the stuff that I've been able to make, and I'll take it over to LinkedIn, and I'll put it all together. So I got that. I need to go over to my visual, back to my image lab, and get those images and download those images to my computer. So they're over here in the image lab, and I will show you all that when you see the image lab, you're going to see the ones that we've created today, but you're also going to see the ones that I've been able to make with Midjourney. And so, all right. So, this was Dolly. It's put in here, but the other ones are not here. I wonder what happened to them. Let's see. Was I supposed to save them? Let's see if, maybe I was supposed to save them. Oh my word. They're not here anymore. Shoot. Okay. Oh my goodness. They're not here anymore. So just for the sake of this Playing with Ruby, let's just pick from one of these pictures that we already have here. So we were talking about thriving leaders and them goal setting. So I do have some great images already. So here's a great image. This was from Midjourney, which is a different. So here's an amazing picture. These are some amazing pictures that I love, and I can use them. This is the prompt. It stays in there for me that I can use. So would maybe use that, right? And I could put like white lettering on the top that says the name of the newsletter and what at the very top, right? So getting these kind of images are amazing. where you can put some white lettering on the top and like maybe down in here and put in, the name of the newsletter and also the title of that particular edition. And then other things that's in the gallery. Maybe they were talking about a journal. So I believe I have a picture of a journal in here. So here is when I was talking about I like to do diverse things. So here is me. I put a prompt in, and it was a simple prompt of I'm going to show you all. Plus size Black woman playing with Ruby AI on her laptop that is on her lap.
Yeah, I saw that one on LinkedIn. Yeah, it's good.
This is right. Isn't this amazing? And this is Midjourney. Look at her. Look at there's shadow.
I was
good. Huh?
Yes, everything is good. I was
everything
amazed.
is good. Everything is good here, right? Yes. So Midjourney will do it. But you see, it wasn't a big long prompt either. It was Black lady it was playing with Ruby. That's what it said. And then guess what? With Midjourney, you get 4 of them. All right, you get 4 images. So I got this lady too, and this lady, and this lady. Now let me tell you about these images right here. Okay, so I had to clean it up first. I put in the prompt. See this very, very seductive looking woman. All right, she looking real seductive, and she's a plus size and she cute. But it says plus size Black woman playing with Ruby AI, right? And this is what I get, and I was like, what? I was not expecting me to get some kind of seductive woman, so I had to change the prompt to make sure I say a laptop on her lap. Because I need them to know that we ain't out here. This ain't sexy time, okay? This is not sexy time. But look at this beautiful picture that was made. That was also given to me. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful picture, but it's definitely not one I wanted to represent, like playing with Ruby. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how and what happened here, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So you got to be careful about your prompts.
Yes.
When you make some things that is not what you was trying to get.
I think Midjourney is the best because it brings out the real beauty in the photo. The art is amazing. It is so
Isn't
realistic.
that not beautiful? Like, I mean, look at this one. Look at this one. This is a picture. Capture a vibe, and I got this from a prompt in from IntelliChat. I asked it to give me a prompt for what I was doing, right? And this is what it gave me. Capture a vibrant and dynamic group of diverse race and body shape ladies interacting in a supportive and empowering environment. They are engaged in lively conversation, sharing ideas and uplifting each other. Their expressions convey confidence, camaraderie, and a sense of shared purpose. The image should radiate warmth, inclusivity, and the strength that comes from unity. Look at this. But let me show you something else. Okay, I'm in here now showing you all these things. But there's also, and I'm just saying these pictures are amazing too. Like a lady I put the same kind of thing. But I said a picture of a lady on the laptop sitting on the ground in a red pantsuit with her left facing the reader. She's interested and excited about what is on her laptop, and she is what's on our Ruby business page. When you saw that newsletter, she's on there. Like it has the banner, and she's sitting next to it, because that was the thought that I had, that why not have somebody sitting and on their laptop. And so this beautiful picture of her. But then I also got this lady here. Right now, she wasn't facing the right way. I got this lady right here sitting on the ground. So these are great pictures, right? Dynamic pictures. I got this lady, right? Like, so it matters on so I can use these pictures like for anything else. But so then there's tons of great pictures, and this is Midjourney. Midjourney creates these types of things. Okay. Now, what I wanted to show you was, so once you have all these bits, you have all your pictures, they're downloaded, you download them on your computer. And I did not show that to you. So I don't know how to do that. But so you just click the download button right here. And then you have your picture. Now, I created that newsletter, and I actually got the prompt too. Because I wanted to share, like, what was the prompt that I used to get this picture? Because it doesn't matter if somebody put the same prompt into any kind of AI, they're going to get a different picture. They're going to get just something different. Then it would never be that they are going to get this same picture that I have been able to generate. So then you take your picture. Okay, you take your written part, you take your pictures, and you take them and you put it in LinkedIn if that's where you're going to do your newsletters, or if you're going to do it, like I send my newsletters out also to my email list. So if you're going to put it in there, so you'll go to wherever you put or you send out your newsletter is where you're going to go, and you'll bring all those pieces in and add those pictures. All right. So thank you so much, Frederick, for playing with Ruby with me. Thank you so much. It has been so amazing. I really appreciate it.